Hello and welcome to the Devry University's Simulation Building Club's tutorial. Today's tutorial is on how to use the RFID simulation. The first part of the tutorial is for the instructor. To obtain the RFID simulation package, click on the RFID simulation package cube. You will see there are some content items within this package to copy to your inventory. Click on Copy to Inventory. Your inventory will now have a folder called RFID Simulation Package for Instructor. This folder will have some content items you will need to complete the RFID simulation. You have the RFID Simulation Resin Disc, you have the RFID Simulation Completion Badge, and you have the Simulation README for Instructor note card. The first step is to double-click the note card and read through the note card to understand how to administer the simulation to your students. The actual simulation itself is in the RFID Simulation Resin Disc. In order to administer the simulation to your students, right-click the resin disc, share, and give it to one of your students. They will now have the item in their inventory to experience the simulation. Once they've completed the simulation and they've completed it successfully, feel free to right-click the simulation completion badge, share, and give it to your student as a gift to celebrate their successful completion of the simulation. Once your student gets the simulation completion badge in their inventory, all they have to do is right-click and hit Wear. They will have the badge that shows that they have successfully completed the simulation. This tutorial is on how to run the simulation. Once you receive the resin disc in your inventory, look for it in your inventory folder. The disc is called RFID Simulation Resin Disc. Drag and drop it in World to experience the RFID simulation. The resin disc looks like this. It's a red disc with a Chamberlain logo. Click on the disc to experience the entire RFID simulation. The RFID simulation contains 4 scenarios. Start with Scenario 1. Clicking on Scenario 1 results in a crate for Scenario 1. Click on the crate. When you click on the crate, you get a menu to choose from. Choose Display. Scenario 1 is now displaying. To experience this simulation, start by clicking on the touchscreen. You are the nurse and you have now logged into the EMR. To experience the full simulation for Scenario 1, click on the RFID scanner on the table. When you start the scanner, you now have started a scenario workflow. You have 10 minutes to finish the simulation, and you're going to respond to choices as they appear on the right-hand corner of your screen. You will want to click on the scanner again if you want to quit the scenario. You will notice the scenario workflow starts with touch the patient's wristband and hit OK when done. Click on the patient's wristband. Hitting OK when done means hitting the button for 1, which means OK. And continue on this way to complete Scenario 1. When you're done with the scenario, click on the scenario crate again and hit Remove. Click on the crate again to quit the scenario. Click on the resin disc to experience the other scenarios. Scenario 2, Once again, there are 4 scenarios in all, several questions in each scenario. Enjoy the simulation. This tutorial is on troubleshooting the simulation. Sometimes when you hit display on a scenario, things don't quite display the way they're supposed to. As you can see in scenario 1, I have some items that are not in the place where they're supposed to be. If this does occur while you're experiencing the simulation, all you have to do is click on the crate and hit the remove button.
Removing scene.
Click on the crate again and hit display
Displaying scene.
to re-res the scenario. If the scenario appears off again, repeat the same process of removing the scene and displaying the scene again. But as you can see, the second time around, the scene displayed correctly.